Hello, I'm Trish Mack, Business Development Manager for First American Exchange. Today's topic is the Same Taxpayer Rule, Part 1. In order to qualify for tax deferral treatment under the Internal Revenue Code, Section 1031, the taxpayer, who is the seller of the old property, also known as the relinquished property, must also purchase the new or replacement property. For example, if Alex Smith as an individual sells his relinquished property, Alex Smith as an individual must also buy the replacement property. This sounds simple enough, but oftentimes investors overlook this important detail. The same taxpayer that sells must buy. This is known as the Same Taxpayer Rule. To comply with this general rule, the investor should confirm how they own title to the property to be disposed of, the relinquished property, and plan to acquire the new property, the replacement property, using the same form of ownership, except for certain limited exceptions, which I will cover shortly. First, let's cover some examples of the general rule. If title to the relinquished is held by Mary Smith, title to the replacement must be held by Mary Smith. If title to the relinquished is held by ABC Partnership, title to the replacement must also be held by ABC Partnership. If title to relinquished is held by Real Estate Corp., title to replacement must be held by Real Estate Corp. Disregarded entities. There is one exception to this general rule. Some entities are considered disregarded entities for tax purposes. This means that although the entities do exist in the real world, they are completely ignored for tax purposes. For example, if Maria Sanchez sells her investment property that she owns in her name individually, Maria can purchase her replacement property in her name individually or in the name of her revocable trust, since a revocable trust is a disregarded entity. Maria could also acquire the replacement property using a single-member limited liability company. As long as Maria is the sole member, i.e. owner of the limited liability company, the limited liability company is a disregarded entity and is ignored for tax purposes. In each of these scenarios, for purposes of her 1031 exchange, Maria will be considered the same taxpayer as the revocable trust or the single-member limited liability company. If Maria is married and Maria and her husband, Tim, own the relinquished property, they can buy the replacement property using either a revocable trust or, if they are in a community property state, a limited liability company in which they are the only two owners. As long as they are the only two owners of the limited liability company and the property is community property, the limited liability company will be ignored for tax purposes. In the next video of this two-part series, we will explore additional community property issues and business considerations around the same taxpayer rule. If you have additional questions, you can always reach out to me by email or phone. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you would like other educational materials, visit us online.